for the American presidency is the highest office in the free world. For 220 years, 43 men have guided this country from a fledgling young republic to the strongest nation in the free world. The framers of the Constitution wrote that
the executive power shall be vested in a President of the United States. He shall hold his office during the term of 4 years.
We come together as a people to elect a new leader. The persons we elect to lead our country undergo some of the greatest stress known to man. Elections sometimes occur at times of great crisis and hardship.
Let me assert my firm belief that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
Others come into office during times of great prosperity.
The energy, the faith, the devotion which we bring to this endeavor will light our country and all who serve it. And the glow from that fire can truly light the world. And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country.
Another power of the President is
the President shall be Commander-in-Chief of the Army and Navy of the United States.
Yesterday, December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy.
Presidencies have been defined by the way they have handled our interests abroad.
General Secretary Gorbachev, if you seek peace, if you seek prosperity for the Soviet Union and Eastern Europe, if you seek liberalization, come here to this gate. Mr. Gorbachev, open this gate. Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Even in some of our darkest hours, these men made sure our flag never fell. Tonight, we will elect one more to this elite fraternity. Senators Barack Obama and John McCain have traveled across the country in search of votes. Tonight, we find out which man will succeed George W. Bush as the President of the United States. Live from Cameron University, this is Election Night 08 with Cecilio Ramirez and Kyle Luters. And now, here's Cecilio Ramirez and Kyle Luters.
Hello and welcome to CUTV's coverage of the 2008 elections. I'm Cecilio Ramirez.
And I'm Kyle Luters. Throughout tonight we'll be bringing you live break-ins on the top of every hour. We will have election returns from the national, state, and local levels.
We will also be hosting 2 debates and have live camera crews covering the watch parties here on campus.
Towards the end, we'll be bringing in Dr. Justin Walton, Professor of Political Communications, to provide expert analysis. When we are not on the air, you will be seeing documentaries produced right here at Cameron. Also, be sure to check out the other areas of our Election Night website. You'll find great news content from the Cameron Collegian as well as blogs and discussion boards. And Cecilio, this is a huge historical election night. I mean, Barack Obama and John McCain.
Yeah, it's historical is an understatement, really, because if the Republicans win, it'll be the first time a woman's actually vice president. If the Democrats win, it'll be the first time an African American has actually become president. But along with all that, I mean, we have some major issues that the American people want to hear about, and two of the big things is debts and recession.
Debts and recession are very big things that this country is going through right now. The Dow Jones, we saw losses of 900 points in one day. We've seen a lot of things. John McCain has supported the bailout plan that President Bush himself supported as well. And are these things, are they going to help the U.S. economy, or are they going to hurt? Barack Obama's plan is a little bit different, Cecilia.
Yeah, it's very different. I mean, and when you talk about the tax plans, I mean, the increase in federal income tax rates, that's something that McCain opposes, something that Barack Obama supports. Tax credits for purchasing private health insurance is something McCain supports, and something Obama opposes. And we also have tax credits for investment in renewable sources of energy, which is like wind, solar, and biomass. That's something that both parties support.
That is definitely something that both parties support. And Cecilia, we also have, it's not just the presidential election tonight that we're watching, it's Congress, because the Democrats already have a majority in the Senate. And now if they can get to 60, they reach that magical number that the Republicans cannot filibuster a bill. So are the Democrats definitely very excited for tonight?
We'll see. I mean, they're trying to look to get that balance of power, so we'll just have to see what happens. And the other thing that's really going on is there's a little bit of competition on the locality level as well. I mean, we have Jim Inhofe and Rice competing, and we also have Keith Irwin and Barrington as well. And they're a tight race. You've seen the ads all over the place, and they're going right at each other.
They're definitely going right at each other. However, the big race of tonight, of course, is the one for the White House. Senators Barack Obama and John McCain have been on the campaign trail and waiting for this night for over a year and a half. And definitely tonight, Cecilia, I think we're definitely looking at a huge night for the American people. And I'm very much so looking forward to this. Cecilia, I know you are too. And we're just very excited to be here.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens. I mean, there's been plenty of traveling, plenty of campaigning even today. I mean, they were flying from state to state trying to get those last votes. McCain was on the West, you know, trying to get those extra powers when he heard that the polls were going up in his name. So I believe he was in Arizona and other states trying to get the polls up for him.
And we saw a lot of video coverage this morning, at least I did. Governor Palin, of course, voting in her home state of Alaska. Governor McCain voting in Arizona. I mean,
Obama in Chicago, Biden back home as well voting. I mean, they were all trying to get in, just like everybody else, waiting their hour and a half, which I'm sure they got in a little bit quicker, but we'll see.
And that's been a tall tale sign of this election, ladies and gentlemen. This is historic. People are going out in droves. Cecilia, I think we're going to see a historically high voter turnout.
Yeah, it's going to be the biggest one, or a big one, if not the biggest one. And you know, it's something that McCain has realized that he's the underdog, so he's doing everything in his power to get those last-minute votes and see if he can get up in the polls.
I know I was reading a news story from Oklahoma City, the Oklahoman here. People have been waiting in line 2 and 3 hours.
Yeah.
And one of the comical stories of the evening was that they ran into the I voted stickers.
Yeah.
And as you well know, if you've been paying attention to the election news here, you can go down to Starbucks or Chick-fil-A, get either a coffee or a chicken sandwich. And Cecilia, I mean, you got to have that sticker.
I mean, you get to vote and you get free food. You can't beat that. I mean, your voice is heard, plus you get fed a little bit. I mean, that's what it's all about.
All right, Cecilia. Well, I think that's going to do it here for our first live break. And, of course, we'll be back at 7 o'clock for the first of 2 debates, as well as live updates on how the candidates are faring. Stay tuned now for one of our award-winning documentaries. We'll see you at 7.
We'll be waiting.
You know, this is